The topic chosen for discussion is about the FCI storage practices and godown structures. So this video has been made with the request of the people who are desiring to get the job in FCI. So first we'll see what is godown management. The godown management, first of all, godown management. So we require godown structures to preserve the food grains. Otherwise, it will be when the storage structures are not available, there is every possibility for the great loss due to rain, flood, or so many natural calamities will be there, and to combat all the vagaries of monsoon and other factors, the pakka godown structures are necessary to store the food grains. So the godown management should be pakka by the government, so that the food grain which are required to meet up the requirement are stored properly. First, before identifying the godown management, first what we should do is the crop prospect. First we should see the crop prospect. What is the area sown, area under cultivation, what are the seeds sown, and what is the expected quantity, what is the outcome of the production in terms of hectare or acres, and what is the prospect of the outcome of the product. All these things are to be calculated, so that we can have a conclusion on the need of the godown structures. Otherwise, we will be put in trouble after the harvest is over and it is coming for the market to sell. So these things, first we should see the crop prospect. So the statistical data are to be collected for all over India, and how it should be managed at state level, central level, and the private parties. All these aspects are to be taken into account. Then adequate storage. Second thing, after crop prospect, adequate storage structure, adequate weather storage structures. Whether usually the food grains are produced or consumed in the places where they are cultivated, and more than that, after consumption of the food grains, the remaining thing is known as market surplus, and for that, the market surplus, to store the market surplus, we require the storage structures. So as far as FCI storage capacity, Food Corporation of India storage capacity godown structure is calculated as 407.76 lakh metric tons. 407.76 lakh metric tons. Like that, the state agencies godown capacity is 411.43 lakh metric tons. This is 21-22 for the year 21-22. So suppose if the more than this capacity, if the food grains are arrived, then we have to think of alternate storage structures. So usually now cap is not resorted, but when there is no other go, cover and plinth storage is resorted as a last resort for storing of the food grains. And in cap only we can store the whole grain. The milled grains we cannot store in cap. Only the whole grain like wheat, paddy, those things can be stored, but rice cannot be stored in cap. Then now we have another type of godowns called PEG, private enterprise godowns. In that the private parties are allowed to build their own godowns and then own the godowns and operate. They will be given storage, guaranteed storage from the Food Corporation of India, so that they have to maintain the stocks and they have to hand over the stocks to again to the FCI for distribution, or from there itself the distribution will take up in the name of FCI. That is build, own, operate. It is the contract is made for 7 years. For 7 years they have to compulsory they have to store the stocks of FCI. And then next thing, the third thing, calculation of godown capacity. How calculation of godown capacity is made? Godown capacity, that is, usually this is square feet. In 1 square feet how much food grains can be stored, or in 1 square meter how much food grains are stored. Usually the in 6 square feet 1.5 metric tons can be stored, or 1 square meter, if it is in 1 square meter it is 3 metric tons. So naturally, when a standard stock, what is the standard stock means? Usually it is calculated in standard stock 9 into 6 meters. Height varies, say 5 meters, from 4 meters to 5 meters according to the height of the stock. So 9 into 6 means 54 square meters is coming. 54 square meters. Usually, so 1 square meter 3, 54 into 3. So in a stock of standard stock, we can store up to 162 to 170, 180 like that. So this is the standard stock size. Then now coming to the godown management, another point, fourth one is aeration to the stocks. Aeration to the stocks. So in a godown having 12 stock sizes, usually a block, totally there will be 3 blocks in a godown, ABC, say ABC. In a block there will be 12 stacks having the standard size of 9 into 6. Height may vary. It is roughly I have calculated as 5 meters height. So for this is for 1 stack size, like that 12 stacks will be there in godown, and totally 5,000 metric tons capacity having 3 blocks will be having 36 stacks of standard size. Then usually aeration is very much required for the stock maintenance. The stock godown should not be closed in condition always. It should be when the sunny days, if the day is sunny, proper aeration, that is all doors, ventilators and windows are to be open to facilitate aeration. Then only the hygienic condition of the godown is maintained, or hygienic condition of the stock is maintained. If at all, if any residue, pesticide residue and other thing, it will go by aeration, and when aeration is there is no question of heating of the because the grain is having life, it will be respiring. There will be the accumulation of carbon dioxide, and that will go out. So from the outside atmospheric air, the air will enter to the godown through doors and windows, and the heated air will go from the ventilator. So such an arrangement, a cyclic entry of air is allowed in the godown. So to keep the stock in hygienic condition, that is aeration to the stock. Like that, ventilation also, the light also should be given to the stocks. If it is dark, naturally there will be more infestation, because the if the light is absent, the insect will thrive more. So in order to control the infestation, the ventilation is required. Next is ventilation to the stocks. Ventilation. Then another thing, general cleaning, spillage collection, and filling in loose bags. So generally daily the general cleaning should be there. The spillages, because it is stored in gunny bags will be having some perforations. Through that perforations, the spillage may cause, and that has to be corrected and properly cleaned and put it in a palla bag or wherever the loose bags are there in this tract. That is with regard to the general cleaning, spillage collection, filling in loose bags. And next thing is spillage cleaning, general cleaning, spillage cleaning, collection of spillage. These things are necessary. Then next thing is diary. In godown, daily diary is to be maintained with the proper entry of what is the time of opening and the time of closing, how many laborers were engaged for general cleaning and all, and what all the transactions are going on from morning opening to till the closing of godown, what are the transactions made in that godown. All these entries will be made in the daily diary. And like that, similarly, the quality control people also will maintain diary. In that, the receipt progress and the wagon wise register will have all the analysis point of view, whether the received stocks are in good condition or that complies the specification and all. They will see all the parameters, that is the refractions they will see, as like foreign matter, damage, discolored, chalky, moisture, and all the things will be seen by the quality control staff, and necessary entries will be made. Wherever if it is exceeding the limit, then they will lodge complaint, and it will be declared as unfit for consumption or unfit for issue. Like that, they will be making an entry. Then accordingly, QC quality complaint will also be lodged. Then categorization, classification. The next aspect is categorization. The rice or wheat or paddy, whatever it may be, it has to be categorized. The QC parameters with reference to receipt, that is on procurement point of view, all the parameters will be seen by taking sampling and all. And while it is coming to the godown, the TS, the quality control staff, will see the parameters of the procurement, whether it is conforming to specification or not. And after the first time, they will see all the things, and afterwards, what are the things which will exceed in storage, that will be seen on fortnight inspection. That is, in case of rice, only damage and discolored will vary during the course of storage. So they will see on moisture also, they will see all the things, and proper entry will be made on the back side of this track card. That is with regard to the categorization. And classification, as regards classification, whether what is the they will take half kg of sample and sieve it. They will see the presence of pest. If no pest is there, then it is called clear, and if 2 pests are there, then it is called few, and more than 2 it is heavy. So these are all the classification. And with regard to the categorization, the In case of rice, up to damage 3, discolored 3, disc A, damage 3 to 4, that is in case of damage it is considered as B, and discolored 5 to 3 to 5, 5 to 7, and C damage is 5 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and discolored is 5 to 7. So that is C. And D means the parameter exceeding more than 0.5, that is D category, which is unfit for issue. So as for regards in rice, damage 3 A, damage 4, 3 to 4 B, and the next one is 5, up to 5, it is C, and with regard to the discolored 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 7 is the discolored limits. So 3, 4, 5 here, and 3 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 7. So like that the class categorization is made. And another thing also we should understand, varietal classification. Whether there are only in market there are so many varieties, but in FCI there are only 2 varieties. That is, one is called grade A and another is called common. Grade A means the length should be measured in millimeters, say 6 millimeters, and breadth is 2, 3 by 2, 6 by 2, 6 millimeter by 2 is 3. 2.5, the ratio, LB ratio, the length is 6, breadth is 2, 6 by 2, 3, ratio is 3. If 2.5 and above, it is considered as grade A, and below 2.5, say for example length is 5, the breadth is 2.5, then the it will be 2.5, 5 divided by say 2.6, then it will be below 2.5, then it is common. So like that the varietal classification is also made. And then next one is categorization classification. Then URS. Sometimes there are under relaxed specification. Rice, say raw rice, they will purchase under relaxed specification. Whenever the crop is in standing crop, during that time it faces some the catastrophe of nature or natural calamity will have to be faced by the crop. Sometimes the fog will be there, or heavy rain will be there. Due to that, in the matured stage or harvesting stage, if it exposes to the excess moisture or fog, then the grain nature will be vary, and then the discolored may vary. The farmers, there is no other go to farmers except to push the stock to FCI. So they will they will make a plea with the FCI or the government to purchase the paddy, even with purchase the rice, even if it is exceeding the limit, particularly in case of refractions which is not in the PFA. Say discolored, even if it is a ton or 15, they will be asking the FCI to purchase. That is called under relaxed specification. So whenever they are under relaxed specification, rice is received by the godown and the recipient, they have to make a proper entry received under relaxed specification. Like that, and that should be issued on top priority. And then next one is like that. Similarly, if wheat is also susceptible to the vagaries of monsoon, and if rain occurs during the harvest season, the luster may last, the shining of the grain may last, then that wheat is procured as lustreless wheat, and whenever it comes to the recipient, the top priority is given to that stock for issue. So this is with regard to the lustreless wheat. And then the shelf life of the food grain. Usually the wheat is we can store it up to 3 years without any problem. Like that, rice 2 years shelf life it is fixed, and within that it has to be issued. Then with regard to the FSSAI, now Food Safety Security Standards Act has come, replacing the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act. And the FSSAI Act, people will come to the godown, FCI godown, and once it is 6 months, they lift the samples for analyzing, and whether it is conforming to the specification or fit for issue to normal channel, they will see and give a certificate for that. Then regarding rat control, rat is controlled by anticoagulant called warfarin coumarin. The ready-made cake is there, made with warfarin coumarin along with that rice or wheat flour with oil, that they will place here and there to devour the rat. Then stack under cap, I already told, and loss, now the loss, total loss to the stacks is calculated as the insect, due to insect, 2.25% of the total production or total storage is lost by the insect, and 2.5% is lost due to the rat, and 1.5% due to birds. So we have to take utmost care to get rid of all these things. And now another important aspect is the transit loss has been drastically reduced now due to careful handling, careful transporting. All these precautionary measures have been taken to control the losses, transit loss. So from one place to another place it is moved. The loss occur, if any, that is called transit loss, and that loss has been minimized. During 10 years back, it has been 0.22%, now 0.47% before a decade back, and now it has been drastically reduced to 0.22% during the year of 22-23. And this is with regard to the godown management. Now we will come into the second point of code of storage practices. So in storage practices, we have to adopt certain standard measures to keep the food grains intact and free from loss or free from that is the fungal attack and other things. So first, dunnage is to be laid below the stack. The dunnage is the material which keep the stock away from the floor. That is made up of wooden crates or poly pellets or even bamboo mats also. They lay first this dunnage material, and over the dunnage material the stocks are received. That is called dunnage. And dunnage facilitate aeration. Through the dunnage, air enters to the stock, and particularly the bottom layer and also coming up to the top. So if at all, if any moisture migration and condensation, if at all if it is going to take place, that will be drastically reduced by the usage of dunnage. And second thing is stacking pattern. In FCI, two types of stacking pattern is adopted. One is called unit and another is called crisscross. Regarding unit method, one layer is lengthwise back and another wise is breadthwise. Like that, lengthwise and breadthwise. So when the second layer, here the lengthwise back solution, here the breadthwise. This is called unit method. And crisscross means one layer will be on the length pattern, and the second layer will be breadth way. In a breadth way they will do it. So this is called crisscross. Crisscross is more stable, but the thing is we cannot after issue count. It is counting is somewhat difficult. So that's why unit method is suggested, but it is not stable. And next thing, height. Height varies from place to place. If the labor resistance is not there, they go up to 30 height. 30 height means one bag height is about 15 centimeter or half feet. 30 means 15 feet height will be there. And the length and breadth is 9 meters, 6 meters. This is roughly 4.5 meters. And next one is gangway, alleyway. Gangway is usually 5 meters, that is 5 feet roughly, and the alleyways will be 1.5 or in some places 2.5 also. That 2.5 feet or the space is given between one track to another track, that is called alleyways. Alleyways means that allows aeration. Gangways, through that gangway the laborers are operating, they will carry the bags and unloaded from the wagon and loading into the truck. For that operation the gangways are left. And next thing is regarding proprietary curative treatment and brushing of the stock. Actually the stock should be after receipt to ward off the dust and other things, and to adhere the spraying material to have better control over the insects. We do brushing, and apart from that, while brushing, some of the eggs also will be coming out, so that brushing is done as prophylactic measures. Prophylactic measures mean whether the insect is there or not. We have to routinely do the spraying operation as per the laid down procedures. For example, malathion, once in a fortnight we can spray to the stalks, and once in 7 days air charging with malathion can be taken up. And if it is deltamethrin, once in 3 months we have to take prophylactic measures. That is preventive measures. And another thing, curative measures. If the preventive measures are failed, we could not control the insect by means of preventive methods, then we have to go for curative treatment, that is with aluminum phosphate. 3 tablets per metric ton will spread over the tracks, and it will made airtight by the covering of this track, and airtight with mud plaster or sand snakes. And these things will be done, and it will be exposed for 7 days, and after 7 days it will be opened for degassing, and almost all the insects will be dying. That is called curative treatment. Then regarding insect management, we have 2 types of insect in godowns. That is, one is called beetle, such as Rhizoperta dominica and Cytophilus oryzae. Oryzophilus surinamensis, Lamamphilis minutus, and also Dragoderma granaria. These are all called beetles. In beetles, almost except Dragoderma granaria, the beetles and the larvae are destructive stages. In case of Dragoderma granaria or Capra larva is highly dangerous, and the adult is not doing any harm at all. Only the very purpose of thrival is mating, and afterwards it will die. That is in case of beetles, and in case of it is coming under the Coleoptera, and in case of moth it is coming under Lepidoptera. In moth only larval stage is destructive, and the adult will not do any harm. And as of regards wheat, Carcera cephalonica, in rice also Carcera cephalonica will be there. It will be forming cocoons inside the rice bags in case of rice, and wheat also some small cocoons will be coming out of the bags, and inside also lot of cocoons will be there. That is Carcera cephalonica. Epistia cartella will take away the germ portion. Only it is most prevalent in wheat, and it takes the germ portion of the wheat. And in godowns, if it is exceeding, if it is unbearable, then we will have a papery like a carbo structure in floor as well as in walls. So that is the extreme stage of infestation. It will devour the germ portion. This is with regard to the insect management. And as regards in godowns, moisture migration also to be kept in mind. Moisture is a keeping vital role. So there is in any grain there is inherent moisture and free moisture. Inherent moisture is always with the grain, and that cannot be taken off. If it is taken off, then the shape will go. And free moisture, if at all is there, that has to be aerated, and we should see that free moisture is not at all there. For that we are giving aeration and ventilation. If this free moisture is not ventilated properly, it will condense in the places wherever there is more moisture, and their accumulation will be there, or condensation will be there, their damage will cause. That is called moisture migration. And regarding fortnightly inspection, category and classification is being made, and variety classification also we are told. Then now coming to the third, we are coming to the principle of scientific go-down structure. The third point is, now we are coming to the third point is principle of scientific go-down structure. Third point is principle of go-down, scientific go-down, principle of scientific go-down, scientific go-down construction. So the go-down is not ordinarily constructed as in other structures. Some extra precaution measures are being taken while constructing the godowns. That we'll see the godown structure. Usually, the in godowns, what we store in the godown, there are various type of storage methods. One is called cold storage, that is with the introduction of nitrogen gases. Nitrogen will always keep the even we can store anything below sub-zero level, even below 200, minus 200, like that we can store. So nitrogen storage will be keeping the stocks under cold condition. We know pretty well that the insect will thrive between 16 degrees centigrade and below 32 degrees centigrade. Below 15 or 32, the insect survival is somewhat difficult, and so that the nitrogen storage is adopted in foreign countries. Now here in India we are not adopting this because of costly affair. And carbon dioxide, like that, similarly carbon dioxide storage also is there, but we are not adopting to that. Like that ozone storage is also there.